Hello guys, so welcome to KO Tutorials. So let's continue with the next part of this tutorial. So let's get started. So as you can see over here, we have started with the texturing part of this particular interior over here. So let's continue it. So now what I'll be doing over here is like I'll be starting up with some more stuff. So very first of all, we'll just texture this side table over here. So let's select this. Let's go into the material over here. So let's go into the material editor. So open the material editor. And let's take a Vray material. So I'll just rename it over here. So you can also unwrap it. If you want to unwrap, you can also use unwrapping stuff. I'll also show you that part also. So I'll just name it as side table over here. I'll just go into the diffuse bitmap and I'll go into this. I'll go into the textures, and what kind of textures are needed for this I can just check it out. I can just take the same kind of a texture. I'll just take this texture over here for this. Okay, looks much better. I'll go into this and I'll give a UVW map again, and I'll set it as a box over here. Again, go into the material. I can add a bit of noise over here and I'll connect it with a bump map. Let's go into the noise, give a fractal. I'll just give a size as 0.2 over here, or we can still reduce it if it is required over here. Select this cabinets over here. Let's select this cabinets and I'm going to apply some other texture for this. So let's again go over here and let's again take a Vray material, diffuse bitmap, and I'll take some other texture as compared to this. So this is a kind of a different texture. I'll just assign a UVW map and I can just fit that. Go into this gizmo. I'll slightly rotate it and I'll just fit that. Okay. So first, plain box. So I can go with individual also if it is required. So you can also go with the individual stuff. Give a UVW map. Set it as a box. Okay. Fit that. Okay. Now looks much better. So let's go again over here and let's give a UVW map. Right again. Set it as a box. Gizmo. I'll rotate it and let's just fit that. Okay. So if you want any of the reflections, I can just go into this and I can slightly reduce the reflections over here. So if you want to reduce the reflections, I can reduce the reflections over here. That can be done over here. Now select this. I want some kind of a metal stuff over here. So I can just select this part, this all over here. So now what I'll be doing over here is like I'll be assigning some kind of a shader over here. So let's just assign a shader over here. So I want to assign a bit of a steel or metallic shader. So let's assign a shader of a kind of a steel shader. So what I'll be doing over here is like I'll go into the material. Let's take a Vray material over here. I'll go into this and I'll just define a value over here. Okay, So I'll just define a white color over here. I'll give some kind of R glossiness a bit. So 0.8. That would be my R glossiness over here. So for reflect, set it to 230 over here for this, and let's click OK over here. And after that, what I can do over here is like Fresnel IOR, I can increase it. So I can just go into this and I can increase this to 20 over here. I'll increase the subdivisions over here. So how I can increase the subdivisions, that can be increased from the render setup once you activate this. So I'll go into this Vray option over here, go into the image filter, local subdivisions. I'll increase this to 16 over here, and max depth is 5. So let's just, if you look at it closely over here, I have just assigned this. Okay, so diffuse all, make it as 0, 0, 0, and let's click OK. So just assign this. So once you assign this, you will see that your steel shader has been applied. You can just try to see how it looks like. You will definitely get. So I'll just Control A, convert to editable poly, and I'll render it again. Anyways, just let's see. Also will render it afterwards. Alright. Now, after that, I'll go into this material and I'll just steel or metal or whatever. You can also use chrome also. Chrome can also be used if you want to use this. One thing over here, I'll select this part, this area, this part, go into the material, Vray material, and I'll go into the diffuse and I'll just give one color to it. That's it. Okay, so I can assign a color to it accordingly. After that, let's select this part, this and this, this and this. Again go into the material, Vray material, and now I'll go into a bit of diffuse over here. Reflectivity, I'll increase the reflectivity. R glossiness, I'll reduce it. Fresnel reflections, I'll increase that. And I'll just assign this on this over here. So select this lights over here. So just select this. Let's again go into the material, Vray material. I can also use multi-sub object also. So instead of Vray material, I use a Vray light material for this, and I'll increase its density to 12 over here, and I'll just assign this. So this light material will give you a bit of glow over here. So that is a good possibility, you can give that. After that, select this part, go into the material. So for this, what I'll be doing over here is like, I'll be assigning the same material. I'll be assigning the same material for this, or we can just go down. Okay, assign this over here also. So now I have assigned the texture. Oops, doesn't look the same texture. We need to check it. Okay. Okay, that's the same texture. So select this. Let's just give a UVW map and gizmo and rotate it. And let's go into this and let's set it as fit over here. Okay, better, much better. Alright. So guys, if any doubts, please put it in the comment section over here. So please like and subscribe my YouTube channel. So we'll continue the rest of the part in the coming tutorial. So thanks for watching this tutorial.